I don't have a preview. I think that worked anyway. I'm not sure. Let's find out. Open widget. Well, we'll see how this all goes. Certainly not saying excellent connection. Why is the resolution not optimal? What have we done? Well, we will see. It'll be fun. I think I'm live, by the way, guys. Am I live? Am I here? Yes. Hi, peoples. Do you hear me? First up, like with all beginnings of lives, how's the audio? I'm actually using Mr. Soap and Clay's mic because mine is currently hanging from a setup in the soap shop. And so I don't know. His settings are usually different than mine. You know, it's going to be good when I start out what? Singing? Oh, yeah, yes, singing. Singing is what we should all just do more of, just in general in life, I think, I feel. I am glad that I am live. Hey, everyone. How's it going? Let's see if I can scroll up here. How's it going? Soap Chef. Hello, Cauldron Hill, Deb Vol, Kate, Rula, Denise, Deborah, Casey, Amanda, Kelsey, Heather, Nancy, Nicole, all of you beautiful people. Midwest Soapery, hi. Violet, hello, how are you? And good, audio's good. Oh, the lipstick's good too. That's cool. That's cool. I'm glad that you like the lipstick. Funny story. I went to Colorado. Hey, Vanessa. I went to Colorado and did not pack sunscreen. And so my lips are chapped, my skin immediately burned, and it's all peeling and weird. And so I have kind of a little bit of extra protection sort of around the lip line right now. And I'm glad the lipstick looks good in spite of that. So that's awesome. I like people who sing too much in public too, for sure. Yes. What's up, Webman? How's it going today? Hopefully good. Yeah. How is everyone today? How's your Friday treating you? I actually want to check that real quick. I got a message or a comment on the YouTubes from someone in Australia saying it would be good if you went live when, you know, I was awake. And I'm so bad at like time zones. Like I can barely remember what East Coast time zone is. So I've been trying to like figure this out. But from what I can tell, it's currently 12:06 in the PM on Saturday in a place in Australia. So I think we actually might be hitting the Australia crowd too, but maybe not England. Like, are they asleep? I don't know. I don't know at all. I'm bad with time zones. How was Colorado? Colorado was great. Yeah, it was such a good time. We were not going to be able to stream up there though, because the web Wi-Fi, the internet, there it is, internet. It was not good, very spotty. Mr. Webman had nothing but problems with his all week long, and we were in and out with our actual, you know, stuff. So it was really, really rough. So unfortunately, a live was not gonna work up there. We'll have to, I don't know, next time we do something like that, plan hotspot. I have no idea. I really have no idea. But it was good. The weather was actually gorgeous in Colorado. It was like, you know, it says things like, oh, it was a high of like 26 degrees or something, right? And yeah, but in Colorado, when the sun's out and you're closer to it, it feels quite warm. Everybody was actually shedding layers while we were out there and the sun was shining. And that's not what you ever do in the Pacific Northwest. And it has been bitterly cold here, and I don't like it. It's very cold. So that was fun, being out in the sunshine and the warmth in Colorado. We had a couple snowstorms while we were there, but nothing huge. And also when you're up in a mountain, condo in like this ski in, ski out environment, so you're like at the ski lodge, you don't care that it's snowing. Like you don't have to drive in it. So it's good. And we did all kinds of stuff. We did skiing and snowmobiling and tubing. And yeah, it was a good time. Kids got to have tons of fun in the snow. All of the kids got to experience skiing or snowboarding for the first time. So that was cool. They got lessons, which I think is the only way to go with young kids, especially for someone like me that's been skiing like my whole life. And I kind of take for granted kind of how hard it is at the beginning. So yeah, just having somebody else deal with the scary, getting them on the skis, and worked out well for sure. But yeah, we had a ton of fun, and it was good. Yeah. Amanda, do you like the song Taylor Sings The Joker and the Queen? Yeah, with Ed Sheeran, right? Yeah, it's a great song. It's an amazing song. We've actually been having conversations about Ed Sheeran lately and wanting to do another live thing just talking about Ed Sheeran, because why not? Hey, Chris. Oh, happy anniversary. That's so exciting. Are you guys going out for dinner somewhere? Or are you going to stay at home and do the thing? Happy anniversary. Everybody tell Chris happy anniversary. That's very exciting. So, yeah, we are back actually in the Pacific Northwest, and it's dry. It's very dry. No rain. That's cool. It is just very cold. So it's weird. When we were there, we were actually talking, Mr. Soap and Clay and I were talking about buying a place, like specifically that place that we stayed in. And then we realized that we do that every time we go on a family vacation. And I think so, like the answer to that is we just really want a place for the family to just go together, because there is just something absolutely just cool and I have a really cool family. Just first off, just my parents are amazing. My brother and his wife, who has been like a sister to me forever, their kids. I mean, I have a really amazing family unit, and we don't like get weird around each other, so we can actually handle just existing in the same place. And so I like that. And so does Mr. Soap and Clay, and we want to do more of it. So we're just, I think, really wanting to just buy some sort of cabin in the woods where we can just do that with our family whenever we want. And so that's always the goal. But yeah, we are back. We are back, and back in action and all the things. And it's, I guess, kind of right off the top with everything, we're not going to have big discussions about this because that's not the purpose of this channel, but I do want to say to all of our friends in the world that are going through some really hard times right now that I'm sorry, and I'm thinking about you, and feel helpless in what I can and cannot do. Obviously the stuff that's going on in Ukraine, but also stuff in Texas and Florida as well this week has been very unsettling. And if you guys are interested, I can post links of, because when, again, I feel helpless. And so when I feel helpless, I just donate money to places. If you're interested in the links, I'm happy to put them in the description box for ways that you can help out with Ukraine, our friends in Ukraine, as well as stuff going on in, Texas and Florida. But if not, that's cool too. I just do want to say that it's heavy. Everything going on is very heavy, and it's rough. It's a lot to handle. And so that's why we didn't go live last night. It was just a lot. And I got in one of those mindsets, those headspaces of like, okay, well, I can't do anything fun until something is better. well, that's a super unhealthy place to live. You know what I mean? So we're doing this. We're going to be each other's, fun distractions tonight. So I hope you guys, brought your food and your snacks and your beverages and all of your things, and you just want to hang out tonight, and we can do some recipe questions and all kinds of things and all the jazz. So there's that. I'm so glad that you guys are giving love to Chris in the chat. That's very exciting. I'm glad that Chris was able to pop in. Hey, Kimberly, how's it going? Yeah, Kelsey, totally. Just like getting a cabin in the middle of the woods and doing like nothing necessarily like touristy or big city-y or busy. It's the way to go. It's so nice. You just get to reset and just like hang out with people you like. We actually did play Phase 10 for the first time actually in a really long time, because my family is very, very competitive when it comes to games, and like really competitive. And we actually used to play games all the time. And then for some reason, we just kind of stopped whenever we were together. And so Mr. Soap and Clay, as long as we've been married, he's actually never experienced, a Phase 10 night with my family. And so we got to do that. We ended up doing that for 3 or 4 nights. And the kiddos got to get in on it. So we got to recruit or, introduce to a new generation the beauty that is Phase 10. So that was tons of fun. Yes, Kate, exactly. The thing that Dumbledore said about turning on the light. We can be each other's light. And everything has been a whole lot. Hey, how's it going? So, yeah, it's a lot. And if we continue to just wait for the good, we're never gonna see it. Hey, Karen, if I didn't say hi to you earlier, so sorry. Hello, Agape. How are you today? Now, before we get started, I actually have a couple things. Yeah, Phase 10 is awesome. I love Phase 10. I have a couple things. First, I'm very excited. I actually have a soap stamp coming from the Soap Chef. She created and printed a soap stamp for me for a custom order for a wholesale account. And we will be talking about and doing that very, very soon, which is going to be awesome. And, ooh, you guys do Cosmic Encounters, Kelsey? That's cool. That's cool. I love that. But also, when I got back, I had a ton of packages and stuff to open. And one of them actually just came in today. And so this is all fragrance related. And also, Midwest Soapery's in the chat too. That's really cool. You remember how we were talking about on, I think, the interview with Christina, that I wanted to interview vendors and whatnot and, talk about their process, how they make the things that we use or whatever. Midwest Soapery actually is interested in maybe being my first Micah interview, which would be freaking awesome. And I hear that Midwest Soapery has some new micas coming out very soon, which is also awesome. And I know everybody's like, I need a stamp made. Everybody needs a stamp. See, so we're gonna do this. I think Soap Chef may have filmed her experience, which would be cool. I will definitely be filming mine because I'll be stamping some custom bars for, again, a wholesale account. So we can check that out for sure. But she's been really into just making all of her own molds and everything. That's what we see on her community tab on the YouTube things like every day. So she's having a blast with her 3D molds. So I love that. But what I got today, well, what I got while I was gone / today, orders came in. And I have here 11 freaking samples from Sierra Candles that they sent along with my order to, smell and do the things on. Oh shit. Sierra has the red thing. Sierra's scents have the red thing. I'll be right back. I got to find something to pop these. Back. I love how you guys are just completely fine with me just randomly walking away from, you know, this. Like, hi, gotta go. Be right back. Oh, also, first up is my shirt backwards. I'll wait for the chat to tell me that. But, yeah, I just get to leave the stream and do the things. But yeah, I got 12 samples that I haven't smelled yet with my order. And yeah, Midwest Soapery, 24 new colors, which is freaking wild. And now I'm just going to point at you guys with a skewer for the rest of the time. So, there we go. And yeah, I love that they do the samples from Sierra for sure. It's very, very cool. Yes, Chilbo. Good. I'm glad that my shirt's not backwards. So Chilbo, that I did the Shire soap for. Chilbo, that I did the Shire soap for a couple days ago. She has merch. I didn't realize she had merch. I bought some merch. It was amazing. So it's very, very comfy and cozy, and I like it. I got another one. It's like a baseball team that says the Shire on it. So cool. So anyway, from Sierra, I got 7 like recent-ish scents that they have released, I guess. But then also today came a line that they just released yesterday, or maybe today, one of those days. And it is their Uptown fragrance collection. So this is a brand new line from Sierra. And it says 4 new fragrances to delight your senses and bring sophistication to your products. So 11 samples is what I have. So I have never actually smelled any of the rest of these at all, and thought we could do that like on the stream thing. And this first one is Pear and Chantilly. Oh yeah, by the way, also from Sierra, from the order that I placed, the one that really stuck out to me in a beautiful way and just screams all things springtime vibes, the lavender and spring apricot. So good. So good. So excited to good. I'm glad that it reads great, Nicole. That's good. And Tara. I know, Kate, we totally do need smell-o-vision. But anyway, I'm excited to soak with that lavender and spring apricot. As soon as I smelled it, I had like 4 ideas pop to mind for what should the design be. You get it. But for this one, she sent me Pear and Chantilly. Oh, there you go. And it looks like a vanillin content of 7.28%. So we'll definitely discolor. Oh, so it's sweet. It has like a nice little, the sweetness of the pear, right? And definitely a lot of vanilla. So that's, you know, probably the discoloration. Very, very lovely, very sweet. Would be good in like a bakery type line for sure. Love that. And this one is the Ranchwood and Lavender. Now, if you guys have used any of these already, let me know. Oh, so that smells like leather and lavender is what that smells like. There's a little bit of a wood smell, but not like a green wood smell, more like a cut wood, you know? And the vanillin is 0.23, so it's probably not going to get terrible, I think, with that one, as far as discoloration. So I think you could do a lot with that. And let's see. What's the next one? The Driftwood and Sea Salt has a vanillin of 0. This one smells a lot like you guys recommended it to me from Mountain, or from, what is that fragrance company? Also says Midwest. Is it Midwest Fragrance? Their Black Sea smells like that, but it has more cucumber notes in it. That one's really nice. And the vanillin on that is 0. God damn it. Stupid camera. Whatever. And we also have Pink Sea and Pomelo. No vanillin in this one either. Oh. That's nice. I would wear that. I would wear that every day. Midwest fragrance. Thank you, Soap Chef. That is nice. That is a huge winner for me. That will definitely be one that I pick up. Pink Sea and Pomelo. It's very bright. It's very, has a little bit of sweetness to it. I would wear that. Like, I would wear that as, you know, a body lotion or a cream or in a shampoo. Like, I would want to smell like that all day long. That's really nice. And non-vanillin, so probably soaps beautifully. And then we have one in here called Man Cave. What do you think Man Cave smells like? Only 0.23% vanillin. What do you think Man Cave smells like? I think pomelo is a citrus, Kate. Yeah, I think it is. Man Cave smells a lot like musk. And actually that's really cool because so many like boy scents, whatever that means. Yeah, you could totally use it for a body mist or a roll-on perfume. Kate, Man Cave smells like Doritos. Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking about when I saw the name. I'm like, oh, does that smell like sweat or something? It doesn't. It is very musky for sure. Not a frat house. Tobacco, it's a good, yep. Yeah, it's very musky and it's good because the vanillin content is very low on that. And that's going to be something that would probably appeal to most dudes. So that's cool. I like Cauldron Hills, wood, pizza, engine oil, and clean socks. There you go. Oh, Midwest Fragrance Company's prices are increasing. Yeah. We're going to be experiencing a lot. Yeah, you are right. Yes. We're going to be experiencing a lot of increases in prices and things moving forward for a number of reasons. So apparently sunflower oil is a thing too. What am I looking at? Sierra cedar and spruce. And this smells like a tree, but like a good tree. Like cedar and spruce. It's a good tree scent, actually. Yeah. And none vanillin in this guy either. So I don't know if you guys have like tried this one either. Sierra cedar and spruce. Yeah, seriously, Angie. Teenage boy at Man Cave. That's... I did. I expected it to, you know, smell bad. But why would a fragrance company make one that smells bad? I mean, unless it was specifically targeted for that. Now, this last one from the samples that she sent earlier this week is honeysuckle. Words. Honeysuckle and mint blossom. Now that's really nice. Normally I really hate florals, but this is like, it has that hint of that really nice honeysuckle in it. And then the dry down is more mint. For sure. I like that a lot. Like that's a beautiful one. And the vanillin's pretty low, so I imagine it soaps very nicely too. Yes, Kelsey, that's why we're having problems with sunflower oil. Or we will be. It's all... We're going to have it's just all a lot, just in general. It's a lot. And our prices of sunflower oil going up is honestly the least of our concerns with all of that. So, of course, again, as I said, my thoughts are with all of these citizens going through crazy things. Now, the Uptown Fragrance Collection, which again is brand new. I'm going to pull all these out and just like look at them. So this is an Uptown Fragrance Collection. Okay. I want to try that one. Okay, so in this collection, and it says 4 new fragrances to delight your senses and bring sophistication to your products. One of them in the new collection is the Pink Sea Salt and Pomelo. So cool. Now I have 2 ounces. And the other one of the other ones is Rhubarb and Rose. God damn it. Pull it back. No vanillin content on this guy. I like that. And, ooh. So you guys know rhubarb, right? You get like you make like rhubarb pie. Have you ever done that? My grandma used to do that every summer. There was like wild rhubarb that grew next to a fence in her backyard. It was very weird because she actually had a proper like garden back there too, but the rhubarb was never in the, anyway. And she would always get basically just enough to make a rhubarb pie every summer. And so, you know, the tartness of rhubarb, yeah, it's totally there. Like it's hitting me back in that tart sensor back there, which is nice when paired with the rose. That is lovely, and none vanillin content in that at all. So that would be a wonderful summer product line. That would be so good. I would love that. Yes, for sure. And a damask rose and lavender. There's a lot of rose going on in this line here. Interestingly, these red things have had none problems just popping out on their own. That's not usually the case for me. I gotta stab them usually. That's actually pretty good. Like I said, I don't really like the scent of rose or much florals in general. Lavender would be my only exception. But this has kind of like the deepness of the rose paired with the more bright tones with the lavender, the clean ones. I like that a lot. Like that is a really, I could mess with that too. Also a good summer blend too. I don't know that I mentioned a company, Soap Chef. I mean, we're talking about Sierra's stuff, right? I don't know. And the last one is, yeah, the rhubarb one is a really, really good scent. Seriously, that would be a wonderful blend for a summer line. Absolutely. See, had to use my little poker for this guy. Oh. What? All right, calm down. So this is a white strawberry and rose, and it doesn't have any vanillin in it. But I swear to God, the first smell I get is chocolate with like a rose dry down. That's really weird. I like that. Yeah, Amanda, I don't like rose at all. And these are all really good ones that I would totally use. So this white strawberry and rose, again, no vanillin. Good. I swear to God, I smell chocolate though first. That is freaking wild. That's cool. So that is the new Uptown fragrance collection from Sierra. And I think it just launched yesterday. And the last time they launched like a really great line like this, well, not the last time, but because I'm sure they've done it since then, but the Mystical collection or whatever, it was amazing, and they actually started selling out of things really quickly. So if you guys are interested in that, like, get on that. I think these would all be really, really good summer scents for all of your products. It would be very easy to build a line around that. And all of the vanillin notes on there suggest that they're all going to soap beautifully too. So I love that. And I'll probably build my summer line around that. And so you guys will be along for that ride too. So that's awesome. Yeah, the Uptown collection is what they're doing. So it looks like it's a, it looks like it's their new kind of summer line scents. And I love it. Yes, Sierra. Also, yeah, it can be Valentine's-y, but unfortunately it's past Valentine's. So we'll work it into summer because that works too. And you made a rose-scented soap this week using rose, kale, and clay. Nice. It has white spots in it. Oh, yeah, Kaylin can do that if it's not really well dispersed, for sure. Next time, maybe try working your Kaylin after you've dispersed it in like your oil or your water, working it in with the stick blender a little bit. Or it could also be stearic spots. There's also that. Do you guys see the weirdness that had to be sort of, I don't know, corrected on one of the soap making forums? I think last week or whatever. People were just insisting that like the white spots that are stearic spots were undissolved or reconstituted lye. And like admins finally had to come on and be like, no, it's not how lye works. Can we stop? Like admins eventually had to come on and be like, okay, the misinformation is a little bit too much. That was wild. That was super wild. All of the things on the soap forums are wild. Mr. Soap and Clay doesn't understand why people just troll the soap forums. And I'm like, I don't either. Like, why do you guys get so mad over there? It's soap. It's supposed to be happy. Soap makes me happy. So yes, if you guys are interested in the Sierra Candle stuff, again, brand new collection, go check that out for sure. And yeah, that's the exciting stuff that I have going on in my life right now. I did get these stuff shipped off to Cheebs and Mansuit, so that's fun. Got their packages out to Colorado. Love that. And we're also getting closer to putting the website back up. So that'll happen eventually. It's all a lot. I actually got back from vacation and I have like, I don't know, 25 new wholesale orders. And so obviously when those come in, they take top priority. And I don't really hate that because, you know, I don't like doing web work. So that's fine, I guess. But it's delaying the process. Yeah, Nicole, it should totally be 100% safe to use for sure. For stearic spots, if it's stearic acid, you might want to try soaping at a little bit hotter of a temperature or going through gel, or maybe reducing the amount of like a palm that has a lot of stearic in it in your recipe. It is just cosmetic either way though. So yeah, everything is fine. What soap forum? I don't know. It was one on Facebook. I think it was just soap making on Facebook. Saponification Nation, maybe. They both get weird all the time. And yeah, Angie, where are you? The range of scents we have access to in the U.S. Where do you hail from? And I'm very glad that you guys have, you know, happy places here. That makes me very happy. And for everybody saying that they're off of Facebook, yeah. I only like go on to Facebook maybe once a week. And really at this point, it's just to, well, that's a different story. Because there are people that are like misquoting me and shit on soap forums now. And so once a week I go on and see what I got like mentioned in, just to go and correct somebody's wrongness. Like, don't misrepresent me like that. Don't say I said something I didn't say. I didn't do that. Thank you. But yeah, for the most part, outside of that, I do not do Facebook at all. Yvette, the best way to reach me for a question, I mean, if it's something that can be answered here, you can do here, or you can email me. But we've got some people in the chat. I think Kate is the one that is next for me to open. Actually, her email to open is next on my list of a lot that I've been working through since we got back from vacation. And no, actually it's Aubrey and then it's Kate, and they actually emailed, you know, like a week ago. So if it's not a right away question, it's good to do it with an email. You can take it to soapandclay@gmail or Shantine at soapandclay, or you can just ask here too. That works. I mean, that's a lot like what we're doing right now, actually. It's kind of your questions really today, because we always have some of those guys. Denise, the vacation with my family was so good. So good. We had such a great time. I loved it so much. Good soap forums. Oh, good. Angie's from Australia. Cool. Look, we did it right. We did it right, guys. We did it right. Australia is online. Yay. Not asleep. So good soap forums. I mean, you're going to get less toxicity, but also less, current interaction at like soapmaking.org. I think that's actually, or soapforum.org. I don't know. Let's look it up. Soapmakingforum.com. You can do searches for specific things, and it's reasonably good information that's there. But again, it's kind of old. A lot of people just don't use that anymore. They just prefer to use the Facebook pages. And it's rough over there for sure. We will be very, very soon starting a Discord for, soap making. And so that's going to be a great place to we'll have all kinds of different channels on there. So it'll be searchable. That's what channels mean. And you can post your own stuff, recipes stuff. You can post pictures, all that jazz, and literally just interact with the community. This is for Sudsers. This is not necessarily mine. This is Sudsers to continue to connect and do the things and get help when they need help. I think that's a good place for us to exist and, continue to learn and grow and also be awesome humans together. So Elaine left all of her soaping stuff at home. Oh no. Picking up stuff to use to make soap. Oh yeah. It's an addiction. It's hard to kick that addiction for sure. It's rough. I don't like it. And, I do like it, obviously, but I don't like how tough it is. Like, I literally go through withdrawals if I haven't made a batch of soap in 12 hours. It's wild. Oh, yeah. Also, Webman info at Soap and Clay is where I'm supposed to be sending everybody. Sorry. Old habits, they die hard. All of that jazz. Amanda, can I tell you if there's a green color dye that you can use in bath bombs? Yeah. You're actually looking for a dye? Like a dye? Yeah, let's see. So, we will go to... Oh, cool. Love all those caps locks. Thank you, sir. Oh, turned it off and on a couple times. Awesome. So, at Mad Micah's, they have... Mad Micah's is actually really good if you're looking at your, proper dyes and whatnot for bath bombs, because all of their stuff is FDA batch certified, which is very, very important when you're messing with the dyes. And it has all the appropriate information. And they have a green as well. So I'll just go ahead and copy this and pop it into chat, and you can check that out. I highly recommend going to places like Mad Micah's for stuff like this, or a really good reputable actual specific companies that do, dyes and stuff for bath bombs and soaps. Doing just a regular like food colorant or whatever for a bath bomb, things could get weird with that. So just make sure that if you're looking again at just dyes, then go to some place like that has all the information. I want to say that Nurture also does dyes, guys, right? Pretty sure. And you just purchased Elden Ring. Oh, God. Sorry. That has nothing to do with any of you, except for Mr. Webman. Why did you do that? That's wild. That game looks impossibly hard. Clay face mask collection, Jasmine. Yeah, that's a great idea. I do clay face mask collections. Absolutely. Hey, Jobo from Melbourne. Thanks for coming in today. And thank you. That's very nice. And yeah, Discord, a lot of fun too. Did I make soap in Colorado? No, Cauldron Hill, I did not. I did not. I hung out in the snow and I drank alcohol with my family and played card games. And it was cool. No snow or no soaping at all. So yes. And yeah, Discord's a lot of fun for sure. Email address is info. Hold on, I can do that too. There it is. info@soapandclay.com for that for sure. What can you use to make keep your bath bombs from leaving a ring? Okay, so here's the thing. If you're using micas for your bath bombs, yeah, you are going to get a ring, and it can be annoying. So the easiest way to use to avoid that is using polysorbate 80, and you don't have to use a lot of it. Really, you use like 1% of your total batch weight in poly, and it will be more than enough to make sure that your colors disperse nicely in the tub, in the water, and don't leave that ring around the tub. Thing is about that ring, if you're using micas, it really does just wipe out with a paper towel, so it's not a big deal, but it can be unsightly. So I would suggest looking at including some polysorbate if you're, again, coloring your bath bombs with micas. If you are coloring your bath bombs with dye, that might be an actual kind of stain ring, and you might want to just dial your colors back some. So think about that for sure. Fizz Fairy in Canada, I like that. And Nurture has free shipping over 30. Love that. Hello. Hey Verna, how's it going? How are you? Yeah, poly 80 is going to be the big thing to use if you don't want a ring in your bath bombs, if you're using micas in your bath bombs. But again, if you're using dyes, you might want to look at using less dye, because that might actually be a staining problem. And for some tubs, like those fiberglass tubs, those like drop-in tubs, you could really piss off some customers if you're staining that, because it's hard to get that stuff out. Hey Pamela, how's it going? See you guys, Australia's online. How cool is that? We hit Australia at this time of the day. I'm excited. I do think we lost our UK crowd though, doing it at this time. But I don't know that we had them anyway, because normally I go live at like 4 p.m. my time, right? So I don't know. It's 0 degrees in northern Colorado right now. Oh my God. I'm telling you though, Verna, I was saying to the chat earlier that it was like cold. Like the high was like, 26 degrees or something, where we were the entire time. Like that was the hottest day. And we were all warm. When you're outside in the snow and the sunshine, it feels a lot warmer being closer to the sun and actually having sun, like sunshine, than what we experience in the Pacific Northwest. So, and also you don't have any of the humidity. And honestly, weirdly, my body just responds to Colorado weather so much better than the Pacific Northwest. Like, I had 0 altitude problems. I figured maybe I might, having been gone for a few years. None of that. And honestly, when I got back, I could like feel the humidity in the air as I was breathing. Calm down. Hey, shh, thanks. So yeah, it was totally wild. But yeah, we actually really enjoyed the weather in Colorado. We had some good times. 91% alcohol removes any color from fiberglass tub. That's good to know. You guys, that's good information. Write that down. I like it. Hey, Terry, how's it going? Happy brush. UK's 8 hours behind me, not in front of me? I don't understand time zones. I thought they were 8 hours ahead of me. Saturday just after lunch. Look at that. It's so nice. I love that. Nancy, does soap using fresh fruit or vegetables get moldy over time? No. I mean, if you're using like a puree, I assume is what you're asking. It doesn't. Soap doesn't actually have, and actually tomorrow there'll be a deep dive, and so we're doing a deep dive on preservatives tomorrow, and we'll go ahead and like do a premiere for that. So I'll also be in chat if you guys want, questions or whatever. You have any extra questions? It's a pretty long deep dive on preservatives, but an easy answer for you is soap. The pH of soap is not really conducive for mold to grow in general. Usually, weird things can happen to soap, but for the most part, no. Fresh fruit and vegetables and soap, it does not get moldy, and it doesn't really change the expiration date. Now, based on where you are, if you're asking if soap in general expires, where you are in the world, you are depending on where you are, you may be required to put an expiration date on soaps. And to my knowledge, that has to do with the shelf life of the oils in the soap. In the United States, we don't have to do that. It's not something that we actually do. So yeah, you can use purees and vegetables, fruits in your soaps. I did a video in year one, 2 videos, avocado puree, 2 different ways. One in the soap batter after it had been emulsified, one actually in the lye solution. Also, I've done a mango one on the channel, maybe a couple. I've done a number of purees, a pumpkin puree as well. Pretty sure I've done that on the channel. So yeah, go check out the year one content. You can look at the puree stuff. None problems whatsoever. I've never experienced any molding with any of that. But if you're asking if soap expires in general, technically speaking, soapers that have been doing this for 40 years will tell you that they've had 40-year bars. The oldest bar I have is 10 years old, and it is beautiful. Like all of the bars that I've kept, they're beautiful. They lather well, they still smell great, whatever. But again, depending on what country you're in, you have to put an expiration date anyway, and that's to my knowledge, based on the actual oils that go into the bar and their shelf life. Have I found my experience, a specific men's range has been successful? Keen to pursue this as my younger brother, who's a bit of a grease monkey, reckons lots of guys are looking for stuff. Yeah, no, my men's line, like my For the Guys line, has always been really successful. And with that, I keep design simple, I keep scent simple, and the things that actually sell the best in my, guys line are obviously my beard care and my shave care, and Tyler Durden and, beer soaps. Those all sell really well within, the male of the species. Keep it simple. Keep the design simple. Guys don't really care about the design. They care about what it does to their skin and that it gets them clean. The gritty stuff for mechanics always does really, really well. I actually have a huge batch of mechanic soaps curing now because way too many people have been asking for them. So I decided to go ahead and make them a permanent part of my line. So yeah, those definitely, they've always done really well. For sure. Yeah, Kate, the preservative video is going to be really cool. I actually had a lot of fun filming that one for sure. And then when I went to edit that footage, it was like 7 hours of me talking, and I'm like, whoa, I think this is too much for people. So I had to edit that down quite a bit. It was a lot. Oh no, your stick blender broke. That's so sad. That's me pouring one out for your stick blender. I'm so sorry. That's terrible. Yeah, Soap Chef, rosemary extract and vitamin E. Yeah, that's actually going to be talked about and all of that too. You're not wrong. Like that's something we're definitely going to focus on and, talk about with the natural preservatives that exist out there. it's wrong. It's right and wrong at the same time. And so we're getting into it. We're talking about broad spectrum preservatives. We're actually talking about how to formulate natural preservatives as well, because you can do a broad spectrum natural preservative. So all the things. It got to be really, really long, as I said. I am really glad that Australia was able to be online for this, for sure. You're in Canberra, East Coast, Australia. Oh, so I don't know anything about the East Coast of us. Wait, yes, I do. Brisbane is on the East Coast, right? I've been to Brisbane. Love Brisbane. A lot. One of the things that when I went to Australia that I found so trippy was beets on hamburgers. That was wild, but they're really good. It was actually really good. But Canberra is actually a name of one of my favorite villagers on Animal Crossing. And Canberra is a koala, as you might expect. So that's what I know about Canberra. Yeah, men are very, very choosy about scents, but not at all about designs. So they will not go like really, really floral for the most part. They're not going to go with like the food scents. They just want clean scents for sure. Hey, Tim, how's it going? Does a dark ale beer darken the soap much? Denise. So I've done a lot of beer soap videos on the channel. Done the Black and Tan, which is an oatmeal stout, and a honey ale, and a couple other dark ale soaps. You're going to go brown. You're going to be hard pressed to do anything other than brown or darker. So like a really nice chocolate color with a dark ale for sure. It's really hard to get it white. Can you? You can. It takes a lot of kaolin and clay, and then you start getting the titanium dioxide out, and it gets to be a lot for sure. Kate saying, we'd watch all 7 hours. Yeah, it's a lot though. Like when I start editing that, I'm like, oh my God, my brain's hurting from that. And one of the most common things that I got, especially in the early videos, like in year 1, was comments about how I talk too fast. And that's especially true like when I'm just taking this piece of my brain and just like, here, take it. I just start talking really fast. And so it gets to be a lot. So I'm trying to give things to you guys in like manageable chunks, Tim, did I answer a question like today or in an email? I think in an email, right? Rip stick blender. I know it's the worst. No Karanja oil up here in Canada. Wow, that's terrible. I mean, I think Amazon has some pretty decent options for soap or for soap oils. The only problem with, this is another thing you actually can do when you're looking on Amazon, see who the seller is and if they have like an actual website, because most of the time they're selling the same thing on their proper website but for way cheaper, and Amazon is just another way to reach another audience. This Nature's Vibe Botanicals Karanja oil, that would totally work. Got purified, undiluted. This all looks good. Yeah, you could do Amazon for that. Sad thing is you might be paying a little bit more for it, but honestly, 32 ounces, so like 2 pounds for $25 is about right for Karanja oil. It can be a pricey oil. You can always substitute neem for Karanja if you're having a hard time finding that. Neem might be tough to find too, though. I don't know. Another thing, because we had some questions on the deodorant thing about subbing out oils. You can actually use, if you're talking about the deodorant sticks, if that's why you're asking about Karanja, because that's one of the few things I actually use Karanja in. So a good substitution for Karanja across the board is really going to be any good antioxidant rich, antibacterial, kind of antiseptic property, the antis oil. So hemp seed also is a great substitution for that. Just swap out hemp seed for everything. Coconut oil is also really good as a substitute if what you're looking for is sort of the help. That's what the Karanja really, that's why it shines in the deodorant recipe, is to help balance the skin's pH to help make the smelly, go away. So any other oil that kind of has those same properties, and again, coconut, one of those oils, would totally work for sure. And what do we have? Let's see if I need to scroll up for anything. Don't want to miss any. Oh yeah, the lotion question. Totally. Yep. Good, Tim. I'm glad. Awesome. Yes. My pleasure for sure. The deep dive tomorrow, I don't know. We're talking to the Australians right now, so we should make sure it's at a time when they're awake. So let's go ahead and just plan on putting it up 5 o'clock tomorrow night. Yeah, let's do that. And we'll do a premiere for that. Same time we started this. That would work. Dark ale would be great for a deep wood grain for sure, Denise. That'd be beautiful. And you could actually because you don't have to scent every portion of your soap batter. I'm not telling you this like you don't already know that, but just in case you don't already know that, you don't have to scent every portion of your soap batter. You can overload some portions and leave some areas unscented, which allows you to get more color range in something like a wood grain, so it won't discolor as much. There's still some transfer, but it's not going to discolor as much. So you can leave portions of it unscented if you wanted some lighter colors in your wood grain, and then, yeah, do that. Oh God, but we're talking about the beer anyway. Never mind. I'm stupid. That's for scents, the discolor. For the rest of it, yeah, it's all going to be brown. So, sorry. I'm an idiot. I'm just still big concerned about this text message I got from Mr. Webman about buying Elden Ring. That's wild.
Who do you want to send it to?
I don't want to send that to anyone, Siri. Stop. All right. You made the lotion cubes in silicone ice cube trays instead of bars. I love that. That's awesome. Yes. Yeah, if you want to put Karanja in beard oil, if you want to put one of the, it's good. It's antiseptic. It's a good idea for beard oil for sure. Neem is definitely smellier. If you can't find it, again, hemp seed is great. And it does the same, it does a lot of the same things that Karanja does. And it definitely doesn't smell as bad. So I love that. Neem is super duper smelly. Like a lot. So bad. So smelly. And yeah, no, seriously, I don't know if you guys are like gamers at all, but there's this big game that came out today called Elden Ring, and it's part of like the Soulsborne series. And one of my Twitch peoples started their playthrough like yesterday afternoon at like 3 o'clock. 23 hours later, he finally ended his stream, which is nuts. Like that's a long stream. Usually you prep for 24-hour streams, and he didn't. He wasn't planning on it being that long, and he spent 14 hours on just the first boss baddie. Just the first one. And apparently there are like 80 baddies in this game. Bosses. So he was a lot. Tim, I don't know, actually. Siri talks to me at the worst and most inconvenient times. Most of the time when I actually need something from her, she just pretends I don't exist. It's terrible. So yeah, she mostly ignores me too. Oh, I am glad that we are helping you with your soapy business, Heather. That makes me very, very happy. Patchy Patch tried the soap paste recipe. I love that. Good. I'm glad that you guys like that for sure. Horton's Art, what are you saying yes about? 14 hours on the first boss baddie? 24-hour stream? That's insanity, sir. That's insanity. I don't want to. That's a lot. And that's a funny thing too, because for Mr. Webman knows how I don't like being bad at things, and I get easily frustrated when I'm bad at things, and has probably seen me rage quit. And so him just casually dropping, oh, I just bought Elden Ring because we're going to start Twitch streaming, and so Cool. We're going to do that then. You guys are just going to watch me rage quit, or peoples in general are just going to watch me rage quit Elden Ring and like break a computer or something, because I might do that. Jobo, that's an interesting question. How many hours a day do you put in with everything you do? Thing is, I have my hands in a lot of different things, right? Like, it's like I do, you know, because I do retail, and I actually do all the updating of my website and everything, like updating the listings and the inventory and all of the shipping and all of that. And then the videos with daily content, as you can imagine, pretty big actual time thing there. And then in addition to that, I also do, like, I organize events for other people and for other like neighborhoods and stuff, like wine walks and shit. And, you know, have kids and what. I work a lot. If you're asking me how much I do on just the soap business, if I didn't have anything else going on, I would say I could get most of what I need to get done in 4 hours a day. Like every day, 4 dedicated hours. So that's the making of the soap and the updating of the website and the shipping of the orders. But also I have 3 employees. So there's also that. And they definitely help out with a lot of the things. If I didn't have them, my days would be more like 12, 14 hours a day, just making the product to keep up, making and labeling, doing those things. So it's a lot, and it doesn't have to be that much. You really don't have to be that far into it, for sure, and that busy. But, you know, I've been actively taking things off of my plate, like choosing to do that. And what are the things that don't bring me joy anymore, I'm letting go. And so the things like organizing the wine walks for different neighborhoods and business districts and stuff, I'm not doing anymore because it doesn't bring me joy. I'm stepping down from another board because it doesn't bring me joy, and focusing on the things that I like. Why is everybody congratulating Kelsey? What the shit happened? What happened? My LLC got approved. Hey, Huron Waters LLC, let's go. Congratulations, Kelsey. That's amazing. So proud of you. That's awesome. Way to go. That is amazing. I'm glad that everybody is given all the congrats. That is good news. It's one step closer to the edge. You're not going to break. You're not going to break. It's going to be good. It'll be good. Yeah, it is scary. It's making it all official and stuff, but it's good. You're going to be awesome. And I have full confidence in you and your ability to do all of this. So do I sleep? Yeah, probably not as much as I should. One of the ways I actually am able to do all of this and all of my other stuff is to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day. So it can be a lot, for sure. And you don't have to push yourself that hard. And honestly, I think you should never push yourself that hard. And this is a lesson that I learned the hard way, kind of too late into life, I guess, because I've kind of always been this way. I'm learning to set boundaries and step back. But it's hard when you've already created such a habit of just doing essentially too much. And so there have definitely been days where I have just sat and done nothing and listened to Twitch streams and played some video games, and I force myself to be fine with that and not beat myself up about the things that I should be doing. I've done the things that I have to do, and sometimes that's good enough. And for your self-care, you should definitely be okay with that, for sure. And business insurance, HSCG or no, yeah, totally. If you are, wait, Midwest, are you talking about for your micas, or are you talking about for your soap sales? Either way, I think HSCG covers up to like 100, maybe 200,000. So if you make less than $200,000 a year, I'm pretty sure that's what that was. then it's a really, really good plan to purchase for sure. It's like what, something like $300 a year or something. They don't cover candles to my knowledge, or maybe that's a separate writer. So if you're doing candles, it might be a separate writer. But yeah, the guild's insurance is really good. Absolutely. And until you get big enough to have to, purchase bigger insurance, it's a wonderful way to go for sure. And once you do get big enough to purchase bigger insurance, go through like your homeowners or your car insurance people first. I have insurance through, I want to say State Farm. Maybe it's Allstate. Either way. And it is, I don't know, much more expensive than $300 a year, but it's what I need for all of the stuff that I do. But you don't have to get to that point until like you've kind of aged out of the guild's insurance. And I did the guild's insurance for years and it was good. Like I had zero problems with them. Congrats to who? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, you guys started your LLC last month too? Yay! I love all these people who are starting the business. It's so good. I love that. This is amazing. Well done. That's awesome. Yes. Do I still have a retail shop? Patchy Patch. I actually shut down the retail shop, oh gosh, back in like August, I think. August or September. And got a new space here, closer to home, and just never moved in. And I'm not ready to go back. The world is changing. The world's very different. And also, one of the things that was like really, really not bringing me joy anymore was retail. Mostly through COVID, right? Because like, I don't know, everybody just wanted to fight about masks, no masks. It's like, dude, I don't care. The governor said to put on a mask, so put on a mask or I'll get fined. So like, just do what you're told. It's just a mask. And people they would want to fight and it would be weird. And my employees were being harassed and it was a lot. And so like during that whole COVID thing, it really did make me realize that one of the things that was not bringing me joy was retail anymore. And also during COVID, I really realized that I actually was forced to look at these numbers and realize my website and my wholesale accounts were completely capable of carrying a retail shop that was shut down for the first 6 months of the pandemic. And so, $10,000 a month overhead for like the building and the space and everything. My website and my wholesale accounts were covering that while retail was closed. So I did shut that down and it was good. It was a good break. And so that was nice. And now we're like totally like shut down on the website for way too long. That's actually really is freaking me out that we're down this long. So the website will be up again very, very soon because I do like the website version of all of that. It's just, I want it to all be perfect and I have an opportunity to like redo it. And so things are getting weird. One question about starting soaping because you deleted a Facebook soaping group because they were rude about an answer I gave to someone. How much science did you have when starting out? You don't really need a lot of science. I approach soap from a science perspective because that's my background. Like I studied that in school. I was going to go be a doctor and do all the things. And so it's just kind of the way my brain is wired anyway. But it's not super necessary. Like if you're ever really into the science behind things, I really like Kevin McDone's book. Pretty sure that's his name. Like Chemistry and Soap Making or something like that. We've talked about it before. People know about it. In the chat, they can help. But it's not required. It really isn't. It's good to have a basic understanding of like fatty acid chains and how, chemistry works. But that's what I hope I'm giving you guys in the videos that I do. And anything kind of deeper than that, it's fun, it's interesting, but you can create great soap without it. In fact, I know thousands and thousands of soap makers who know nothing about chemistry and still make great soap. So you don't super need to know a whole lot about the chemistry, and people that suggest otherwise are just being dicks. Unless it was you that said that, and I love you very much, Verna. But you don't really need to know it. And I'm sure that's not what you said. Yeah, most Facebook groups do not like new soapers. For sure. It's rude. They're awful. And another thing that... Oh, they do cover candles. That's good to know. Yeah. That's good. Seeing those prices are super reasonable. $500 for a $1 million policy, $550 for $2 million. Yeah, sure. That's great. That's great. For a year, that's great. That's great. And I've had zero problems with them. When I use them, I had zero problems with them. And Denise, yeah, depending on the state that you live in and the laws surrounding like cottage laws and stuff, it might be included in your homeowners. I don't know that, because that's the biggest reason why you're really going to want that insurance policy is in case in case a customer like gets injured or whatever with your product. I don't know that homeowners insurance covers that. But again, that does vary from state to state, from policy to policy, and has a lot to do with like cottage laws, I'm pretty sure. The insurance company is the HSCG, the guild stuff. It's all of the insurance from the guild, from the soap making guild. And yeah, absolutely. For anybody who's talking about insurance and just bundling with your car and yeah, if you can get the bundle, get the bundle. It's a good deal. They want those bundles for a reason. Why did I start soap making? Oh, The Science of Soap Making. That's what it's called. Thank you, Kelsey. Yes, that is Kevin's book. Why did I start soaping? I don't know. I have always been a maker, like my whole life. I've always liked to make things, and I really like the science of soap making, just sort of in general. I started the soap making business back when my grandma died, because she was like the OG person in our lives that like taught us all the making things. Like she was an OG maker. She taught us all the things, and some of them I was good at. Others I was not good at, like Bob Ross paintings, for example. I was complete shit at those things. They were terrible. Mr. Webman, he was good at his Bob Ross paintings, though. So he went on and did the art thing. And when my grandma died, like we were all sort of finding our own way through, her death in our own ways. And my brother, of course, was doing his web work and all of that. And my mother picked up pottery. And I started the soap business thinking that we could all sort of come together as a family unit and kind of honor grandma in some kind of way. And that's kind of how it all happened, the business itself. And everything that I did within the business had something to do with my grandma, right? Like, again, she was a maker and all of that jazz. She taught me how to make everything in life. Like, it's ridiculous. I know how to sew because of grandma. It's wild. But she was also a teacher. Like, she was a teacher her whole life, and teaching others how to do cool things was very important to her. So that's why I started the classes when I had the retail facility and all of that. And that's why when COVID shut all that down, I wanted I started the YouTube channel, like 2 weeks after COVID hit. So we're almost coming up on 2 years now. It's wild. And I wanted to teach. I knew that I wanted my channel to be that and not being, I don't know. I just wanted to give people information when they needed it, because my grandma, again, liked to teach, and so did I. So I started soaping. I started the business because of that. So that's that's that. And it's been cool because I get to feel like I'm with grandma all of the time. Do soapers actually get sued? Other cases? Not a lot, but you also don't want to be the one that's caught with your pants down just in case it happens. It's another thing. Like, anytime anything happens to someone's skin, the first thing they're going to do is blame the thing that they just put into whatever. I have an example of a gal about like 6 years ago. Yeah. I got an email from this gal who had picked up my kids' bath bombs, right? And and she was asking for the ingredients in the bath bombs because her kid had a horrible allergic reaction and took her to the hospital and all of this stuff. And in my mind, I already know what was in those bath bombs and that it was very, very unlikely that my bath bombs caused what was going on. Doesn't matter. It's a frantic new mother with a 1-year-old that's having a thing. Doesn't matter. So I gave her all the information. Like, yeah, here's all of the information. Like, you have your ingredients list, but here's all the extra MSDS and data pages and everything else. You know, whatever. Take it to your doctor. Please let me know how it goes. And it turned out that it was completely and totally unrelated, and the kid had like staph infection or some shit from something else. So, but in those cases, like, that's the first thing that most people are going to turn to is, oh, well, my skin's doing something weird, therefore it must be this new whatever. So yeah, people can sue for those sorts of things. So don't ever get caught with your pants down without insurance, for sure. You called for a quote and they immediately canceled you? Wait, for soap? Wow. Yeah. I think didn't Royalty have something like that? I mean, her insurance didn't get canceled, but she legit had to move, right? A couple years ago. She's down in Texas. I'm pretty sure that was Royalty. That Katie Carson had an issue with that a few years ago. That's freaking wild. You called for a quote on soap and your home insurance canceled you? Yeah, the laws in different states are completely wild. Or listening to the thing that Katie Carson went through, I'm pretty sure it was Katie, that it completely just shooketh me. So yeah, definitely make sure that you have within your, like, when you start making and doing the thing, that you're even allowed to do so within your home. First and foremost, look at your local ordinances, look at your county ordinances, look at your state ordinances, and God forbid you live in a frickin' HOA, look at those ordinances too, and make sure that you're above board. I do live in an HOA, and I just make sure that you look at that. And if it doesn't look like you can, and also call the county, ask them. That's literally what they're there to do. They're there to help with these things that don't make sense. So call the county about it. And if you're not legally able to make in your home, then, don't make in your home, and consider renting like a co-op, like artists space with other makers that you go and you make soap at. And do that. And the bonus of that is you immediately have all of the soap making out of your house right away, which was always my biggest problem when I first started out. The soap making was there in the house and I couldn't shut down. I couldn't check out. I'm hanging out on the couch at like 9 o'clock at night and I have a good idea for a soap and I get up and I go make soap. And my family didn't like that. I was gone 24/7 as a result. So it can be good to be able to make outside of your actual, house for sure. But that sucks. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Denise, that's when you just build a soap shop in the backyard. Separate building. Hold on, you guys. I got to kick on the heat. It's really cold. It's so cold. You guys stay lit? No. Try again. Oh, thank you. Thank you. He did so good. Okay. Soap can completely take over the house. It can take over your life. It gets a lot because it's fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun and you want to try the next thing, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh yeah, homeowners associations can do all kinds of crazy things as long as it was originally written in the covenants. And for me, I'm on that HOA board thing. It was not written in the original covenants that were recorded with a plat, and so you can't actually tell me that I can't have a business in my house. Yay. Got around that one, but only just barely, because the only reason that I joined the board was because there was a terrible woman that was on the board that was trying to make my life a living hell. So I'm like, well, if you can't beat them from within. And I joined just long enough to make her resign. That's a story for a different time. It was a fun year, though. Oh, good, Denise. That's awesome. You bought some acreage next door to build a studio. I love that. Oh, Elaine's getting a soap shed too. That's amazing. So exciting. That is so exciting. I love that. It's always a good time when you get some new fun, when you get new fun spaces to work out of, and then you can just close the door on them and go back to your own, properly put together house that isn't covered in bath bombs and carrying soaps and, all the things. So it's good. Yeah, there's always at least one in HOA. Actually, when I joined the HOA, there were 3 of them. And within a year's time, I made all 3 of them resign, which was fun. That was fun. It was fun. It was my one claim to fame really in life. Like, it was my proudest accomplishment probably ever. And the community did like me after that. Like, well, I mean, they liked, the community is a really good community. They all like each other, but they were very happy after that. Because those women had been causing chaos on this board for something like 40 years. They just weren't leaving. So that was fun. Oh my God, I forgot about that X-Files episode. Better than summoning a swamp monster to kill off HOA rule breakers? That's awesome. I love that. That could be fun too. Like, that's a different kind of fun for sure. Yeah, no, that's a story. That HOA thing's a story. I'll tell it in the Discord or on the Twitch thingies when I'm less public, because YouTube videos stick around forever. And I don't want this chick to get mad at me. But, oh yeah, they were definitely that, Cauldron Hill. It was a lot. Like, you just need to go away, Like, what are you doing? Why are you so unhappy? Can you just let people live? They didn't want people to do that. So that was a fun time. Somebody actually mentioned in the, why did you turn off, sir? Sir? My heater turned off. Yeah, your sister lives next to the president who's really laid back. Yeah, actually, the president, or who became the president the year that I joined the board, very well, I wouldn't exactly call her laid back. She's very high strung and she's very meticulous, but she's one of my best friends in the entire world. She came to be since being on the HOA. But the old president lived across the street from me, and yeah, he's chill as shit. he's great, and he's still the guy who like goes out and like repairs the fence posts and the stop signs and everything, because this is a private community and we have private roads, and so therefore we are 100% required to take care of all of that stuff. And he's still the dude that goes out there and does that for everybody. Cool guy. This particular three peoples, they were not cool. But somebody was asking on the comment page for all of this about product photography. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about that now just to make sure it's on a video. I don't know. I don't remember who asked, but just in case you're not here and maybe you're going to get the rewatch. So for photography, if you're doing product photography, the best thing that you can do... Actually, let me see. I will put this in the comments of the, I'll pin it in the comments of the whole video, so you guys can reference this for later. But the best thing that you can honestly do is get yourself a light box. This is a light box that I picked up that is like $50, and it's not huge, and it comes with LED strips on the top and on the sides that really, as well as it's like a plastic sheathing kind of that you put inside to take your pictures. The best thing that you can do is that. If you don't want to do that, you know that we have you know how we line all of our molds with the butcher paper, the freezer paper? That. So take that, pin it to a wall, and give a nice gradual kind of swoop of the paper, so it's not like a really straight, you know, like if I were to fold this or flip it, if I were to fold this like this and how it has that really big crease, you don't want that. You really do want more of a nice just gradual slope on the back, and then shoot against your white background. For cameras, you don't need anything special. You literally can do it with your phone. The smartphones are so good these days, and you can automatically adjust for exposure and stuff just right there while you're taking the picture really easily with all smartphones these days. So you don't need a big, you know, fancy camera for any of it. And as far as product photography that is not for like thumbnails, for like product listings, yeah, I mean, lighting is going to be a good key for that. So I would still recommend using like a light box. But in those instances, you can play with removing the background and putting in different scenes and stuff behind. So like a tub and, you know, stuff like that. Canva is really good for that, because Canva does do the background remover really easily, and it's a really good background remover. And then you can just put in behind your products other fun scenes. I know a lot of people like taking those soaps and like putting them out on like their back deck and shit and taking pictures, so it's like outdoors with nature and stuff. And that's an option too. If that's what your, you know, business model is, that's cool. And natural lighting is always cool. But again, as Mr. Webman would probably say, that's going to be for like your Instagram pictures and your Facebook and maybe like your hero section on your website and your banners and your shit like that, not for your product listings, because there's nothing more distracting when you're just scrolling through product thumbnails on a website than a constantly changing background. So your pictures should all be kind of staged the exact same way, and the only thing that's changing essentially is, you know, the design, is the soap itself. So if you guys really want like a video on that, we've been talking about that for a while, but Mr. Webman can make himself available to do stuff like that, and we can give some information about that, some more better information. Mr. Webman and his wife are both professionals in that photography thing, and so they always have tips and tricks. What are we congratulating Kimberly for? Shit, we've got so many parties tonight. Kimberly, what did you do besides being awesome? Where is it? or is it, you finished college in 11 days and you're working on being a full-time soap or business owner? Oh my God, congrats on finishing college. That's so exciting. And also, I'm sorry you're finishing college in a pandemic. That had to have been not a lot of fun. That's amazing though. Like massive, massive props for you. I love that. That is so good. And yeah, come do the thing. Come be a soaper. Come start a business. See where it goes. See how it grows. Find your passion and just do the thing. I love that. That's very, very exciting. Yeah, Tim, that's the thing with some of that. Like, it can be really distracting if your background is too, whatever. They're looking at the background and not the soap, Oh, seriously, Kimberly, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you. 11 days. Damn. It's a big deal. That's a big deal. I like it. It's always such a big milestone, the college graduation. Shit. So many of the apprentices too just kind of stopped college during the pandemic too, because it was just too hard to switch to the online classes. Okay, thanks Webman for being here, but Webman just said let's set it up. Have to run, kids are hungry. So yeah, if you guys want to do a photography video, we can totally do that. Horton's Art will definitely help out and do things, so that would be fun. We will do that after we get my website back up and running though, because actually maybe we can film some of the photography things for the website too as part of that footage, because I'm actively taking new pictures. So yeah, we can definitely do that too. And it is actually getting kind of late. Kids haven't asked me for food yet. Actually, Mr. Soap and Clay is in the house, so he's probably cooking. I love that for, me getting to hang out with you guys right now. But yes, first and foremost, and again, I will post this thing. Oh, it was only $40. This was only $40 for this one. The biggest thing is going to be getting a light box. That's going to be your easiest way to do your photography, for sure. Your son is a music major and trying to do orchestra on Zoom? I bet that was awful. Holy crap. Yeah, I have a apprentice who is in nursing school right now, and she's doing bio. Well, she's doing everything on Zoom. She's doing everything online. But her bio lab is also online. And from what I can tell, it's just people, like one person doing the lab, like the teacher, and you're just watching that, like you watch me make soap. I feel like that's really hard to do. Like, I want to experience the labs, right? That was the most fun about all of the science classes I took, were the labs. Hi, Heather. Thanks so much for coming out. You guys, you have an awesome, awesome night, and thank you for being here with the Sudzers tonight. I am so glad you and your granddaughter enjoy the videos. That's amazing. Good. It's a nice, fun thing to get to do together. I valued my time with my grandmother so freaking much in the world, and so you are making big, beautiful, awesome memories that she will keep with her forever. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Thanks so much for joining us, Jobo. Thank you. I'm so glad that you were able to join us today. Oh my goodness. Yes. Well, it looks like we actually do have a lot of people that are probably ready to go. And I should probably get going and do the things too, because, it's time to cook dinner and stuff, just in case Mr. Soap and Clay is not. I'm sure he is, but now I get to go eat it. So, yeah, I think we're going to be doing another live in the next week. I don't know if it's Sunday or next weekend. It might be next Friday night, actually, because this is kind of a fun time to do it. and it's going to be Mr. Soap and Clay will be here, and we're actually, I think, going to be ranking all of my least liked videos, my most disliked videos, which is kind of funny anyway, because like my YouTube in and of itself, the overall like to dislike ratio is at 99.8%. And so my videos are, well received, but every once in a while I get these zingers in there that like completely throws off the ratio. And it's like, why did so many people dislike that one? And so I think as a test to get ready for the Twitch thing, because that will actually require going on to the interwebs and using different scenes that you would normally use in Twitch and switching cameras and feeds and stuff. We might do that just for funsies and to be a little petty, because why not? I'm allowed to do that sometimes too. And we'll do that for the next live just to be funny. So that's the plan for all of that. Oh my goodness, Nicole, that's such a beautiful company name and such a beautiful memory and honor for your son. That is gorgeous. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Thank you for letting us know that. I love that. Someone saying pull-throughs are stupid. Pull-throughs are stupid. She's quoting me. Pull-throughs are stupid. They're absolutely stupid. Oh, yeah, that's why you're saying it, because that's one of my least liked videos, the pull-throughs. Shit, sorry, it took me a minute. Yeah, that one's for sure. One of the ones that's the least liked, or the most disliked, because it's really weird. I said pull-throughs are stupid, and everybody lost their mind. They're stupid because I'm not good at them, which I said in the video, so whatever. HBC Studio, Ms. Verna's Cleanery. I love that. I love all of the cool names. I love how you guys like figure out how to name your businesses too. Like I am so not creative when it comes to that. Like my business name is Soap and Clay. Why? Well, because there's soap products and there's pottery. It's Soap and Clay. That's it. And thankfully it ended up working out, but like it's hard. It's really hard. I had a girlfriend who like changed her business name something like 6 times and ultimately sunk her company as a result, because she was never able to actually get the brand recognition that she needed, because she kept deciding on a new name that would have been better. And that's a bad thing to do. Like if you have a name, unless you've already established a client base and they're going to be fine with the switch, and it's kind of a small switch, I don't recommend just, she changed her business name 6 times in like the course of 3 years. Nobody's going to know what they're looking at. They're very confused at this point. They're just going to go find someone else. So, oh, your business name is Vay and Gray. That's adorable. Oh, after your children. It's a really nice name too, Vay and Gray. Rhymes, it's catchy. Herbs and berries, soap and skincare. I love that. I love that. Oh. Yeah, I don't think, I think the people who do pull-throughs are magicians. So I guess maybe that's cheating, because you're magic, but also you're magic, so that's cool shit. Your son named yours, and it's 1620 Soapworks. I love that. Midwest Soapery is a great name. Like, that's awesome, too. Like, it's one of a name like me. It's to the point. I live here. I do this. I love it. Soap for good. I love that, too. Yeah, I love that, too. And that's a good thing to put into your business model and make sure that you do, if that's something that's important to you, Kate, for sure. I do that every month. I donate a portion. I donate 10% of everything to a different charity. I don't, like, make it a point to say that I do, except during Pride Month and No Shave November, but that's more because I'm making like specific soaps for that, and so it's just copy on the website. But for the most part, I don't even like tell anybody that I do that, because I always feel weird. Like, I don't know. whatever. But donating to the charities and doing the things is a good idea. I mean, small businesses are amazing in the actual contribution that they have to the world. And we are just like these things that aren't really thought about until like Small Business Saturday, and then everybody comes out and it's like, oh yeah, let's support. But the actual impact that you have to your micro community, to this area around you, is huge. Because how many of you get the money and you put it all towards what? You put it back into the business, you put it into your fellow makers, you put it into the charities, you put it into the organizations, you put it directly into the community. You know that meme that goes around about the kid, you know, in the dance classes and shit? You know the meme I'm talking about? Small business. That, it's beautiful to be able to do that for, you know, everything that we do. And so give back to the world that helped form you. So I love that. Savage Rose. I like that. That's fun. Hey, Jan. Is it Jan? I asked that because I actually do know someone that has that spelling and it's pronounced yawn. So I'm sorry. But anyway, I don't think you were here when we were doing the thing. Sierra Candles has a new collection out. Your name is Savage Rose, and 3 of their scents are rose-based. We got the Damask Rose and Lavender. We're going to do this again. I'm suddenly bad at it. The Rhubarb and Rose, which is such a good one. I'm in love with this one so much. That one. And White Strawberry Rose, which I swear to God smells like chocolate in the first thing, and then has like a rose dry down. So if you're like at all putting like rose kind of scents into your soap line to kind of drive the Savage Rose thing home, that might be a good thing to look at. Sierra Candles just released a new line like yesterday. It's called their Uptown Fragrance Collection. So check that out. That would be awesome. Your logo's 3 cartoon brushes. That's cute. Logos are hard to figure out. Holy shit. You guys would die if you saw what I wanted my first logo to be. It was not good. It was very bad. It was not good, very bad, sir. Like, terrible. I'm glad I have Mr. Webman to talk me out of things. Suddenly Soap. I love that. I love that. Annie Elaine Bath Co. with like the 2 E's going on. The E at the end of Annie and the E at the end of Elaine. It sounds so fancy. Like it's English or something. And I like English things, as you might imagine. Oh. I love that. You found a banged up cauldron in your mom's yard and she bought her house. That's awesome. Cauldron Hill. That's amazing. I love that. See, everything has a story, and I love the stories. I love knowing how you guys all came to be and in this soapy world. And that's definitely something that we'll get to share more of, just being over on the Discord together and just sharing our stories and our pictures and all of the things. And getting to do that like sort of away from just the public eye, you know, because that's kind of the thing about like commenting on the Facebook things, or even like commenting on like YouTube videos and shit. It's out there for the world to see, isn't it? But a Discord is like an invite thing. So if you don't have the invitation and you haven't accepted the rules on, you know, what you're supposed to be doing in the Discord, and if you break those rules, you get booted. And so we get to share more things that are a little bit more personal to us with like-minded people that we, you know, enjoy talking to. Like I enjoy talking to the Sudsers without worrying about some asshole coming in and ruining our fun. Like you see, every time some newbie posts some shit on Facebook and everybody's like, oh no, you're stupid and how dare you ask for free recipes. I mean, just give them a recipe. Shit, soap's not that hard. So, Ethylene Flossy soaps, named after my grandma and great-grandma. I love that. I love that. You have a grandmother or great-grandmother named Flossie. I love that. That's amazing. My grandma's name is Burl, And my great grandma's name is Josephine. That doesn't sound nearly as catchy as yours. Yeah. Technically speaking, Soap Chef, I can set up the Discord whenever. So if we're not doing a live on Sunday, I can actually get that going, and I'll just put a link. If we are doing a live on Sunday, I can't make any promises. But Murrell Garden is a cute name. I like that a lot. That sounds very fancy too. It sounds like something kind of whimsical and a place where I would be drinking tea out of a fancy cup. So I like that, because I like tea out of fancy cups. You got your name from a line from Coming to America that you slightly changed. That's awesome. Where did I miss you? Did I miss Kimberly's name drop? Did she do that? I don't know. It's really high up at this point. There have been so many of them. Yeah, Murrell Garden is really good. I like that a lot, for sure. I want to know what the line from Coming to America is, though. Did I miss it, Kimberly? Can you say it again? But yeah, the Discord, I think, will be a lot of fun. And we can just exist there and be cool humans together, and that's it. Share pictures of our soap and, things and recipes, and just be cool. Because we are cool, and that's fun. Yeah, all of the creative company names are a lot of fun. And this will be a cool place to share them and do the things. And also, Herbs and Berries, is that it? Is that it? Was that the one? Because I thought I'd said Herbs and Berries earlier, right? I think I did. It's just really far up. Oh, that's awesome. I love all of this. I love all of you. I love that you guys are like very, very inventive and creative and put so much thought into what you wanted your business to be, what you wanted it to be named, and how you wanted to like do your product offerings accordingly, because of the things that matter to you. And that's one of the cool things about soap making in general, is that it is, while it can be a really cool community of all of us coming together in a nice, collective, it's also very individual. And the choices that we make are for our own reasons. And for the most part, you're not going to ever make a wrong choice. And it's cool. It's one of the beautiful things about finding art in soap form. And, for the most part, people don't actually really consider soap art, but it is. It's usable art. And that's what we are creating every day. And so we are interacting with fellow artists. And I love that for all of us. Juices and berries. Oh, yeah, that's amazing. Yep, the herbs and berries. That's so funny. I love that, Kimberly. That's a good line. I like that. Holy crap. I haven't thought about Coming to America in a minute. Wow. That's a nice throwback. So, yes, guys, thank you for being here for today and all of the things. And, every day, because you guys are here all the time. And you are awesome all of the time. And we should all be kind of going right now, probably. It's getting kind of late. Hey, good news is we got 2 hours into this stream, though, and I didn't get any weirdness with any frame droppings or, shutdowns or anything, and I think the audio stayed good the entire time. Like, everything looks good, so I think we figured out tech issues, so that means we can do long streams on Twitch. Super excited. And so I'm really glad that that is working out as well. Tammy, thank you. That's so nice. That is so nice. We can learn a lot from you as an herbalist. Seriously. That's amazing. I saw another post on Facebook about essential oils versus fragrant oil. Whatever. We're not getting into that right now. We'll do that later. It really is time to go. That was a weird post. And, actual aromatherapists and, essential oil users were coming out going, no, this isn't really the right information. And this gal just kept going hard on whatever. It was wild. If any of you saw it, it was on Sponification Nation. It was crazy. But yes, everybody, thank you so much for being a part of tonight and every day and all the things. I love our lives. Well, I love our lives, like the lives that we get to live and that we get to come together at this time for a live and I'll chit chat and do the things every time we get to do them. And so I look forward to more of them. And I'm glad to have done this with you tonight and be able to be here. And I didn't even say the day or anything, so I'm going to do it now. This is day 238 of 365 days of soap. Just for the record. And, oh yeah, Kelsey saw that post. That was sorry, Cauldron Hill. Yeah, that one was wild, right? That one was wild. And Arena's coming in going, okay, no, this, and this, and she just keeps going hard. That was a crazy post. Anyway, yes, thank you, you guys, for joining me tonight and all of the time. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the deep dive. We will do a premiere for that at 5 o'clock PST. So plan on that. And it'll be a long one. So make sure that you have your snacks and everything ready to go. And all that jazz. But thank you so much for joining me tonight for another round of 365 days of soap. Glad to be back. We're back in the thing again. I will see you guys all again tomorrow. Thank you for being awesome. Love you all. Sudzers, you're the best. Have a wonderful evening / afternoon / time zone. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Now I have to turn off the thing by myself.